Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Anthony. Like if this is going to be a very interesting video. But anyways, as you guys can see by the title, today I'm going to be bringing you guys 15 things that you didn't know about bees in Minecraft. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video, then be sure to give this video a like rating. Now, if this video is able to hit over 15,000 likes, then that would be very awesome, not gonna lie. I need to stop with the bee puns. But anyways, enough of me rambling, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video about the new bee mob in Minecraft 1.15. I hope you guys enjoy it. Bees are a new mob that have been added in the snapshot phase for the Minecraft 1.15 update, and they look like this. They look very cute indeed, but they are absolutely huge. Just look at them. Bees are neutral mobs in Minecraft, which means they will only attack the player if the player provokes them first. So for example, if you hit a bee, then that bee and some other bees will attack you and sting you. The damage inflicted on the player by bees depends on the difficulty you're playing on. So if you are playing on easy difficulty, the bee will do 1 heart of damage and will not poison you. Whereas if you are playing on normal, the bee will also do 1 heart of damage, but they will inflict poison on you. And if you're playing on hard difficulty, the bee will do 1.5 hearts of damage as well as inflicting poison on you. On normal difficulty, the poison will last for 10 seconds, dealing an extra 3.5 hearts of damage, whereas on hard difficulty, the poison will last for 18 seconds, dealing an extra 7 hearts of damage. Bees have 5 hearts of health, which is the same as most animals in Minecraft, so they're not too difficult to kill, but why would you want to kill a bee anyway? That's just horrible. I mean, they're so cute, look at them. Now let's talk about the natural generation of the bees themselves. So bees spawn in groups around their homes, and they can be found in bee nests, of course, and these bee nests can be found in plains biomes, sunflower plains biomes, and flower forest biomes. In this part of the video, we are now going to talk more in detail about the bees' method of attack on the player. Okay, so bees will attack and swarm the player as a group when they are angered, as you can see, and the angered bee's texture will also change, causing the bee to have menacing red eyes, as you can see. Seriously, they look terrifying when they are swarming you. Just look at their eyes, man. All bees nearby will be angered towards the player if the player hits one individual bee or if the player destroys a bee nest. After the bee attacks and poisons the player with its sting, then the bee sadly loses their stinger and they will die within 50 to 60 seconds. This means that bees can therefore only attack you once. Now let's talk about the behavior of bees in Minecraft. What is their purpose and what do they do? Well, I'll tell you. Just like in real life, bees will fly around their nest in Minecraft, and if there are any flowers nearby, they will go towards the flower, circle it for a while, and collect pollen from it. Once the bee circles the flower for a while and collects the pollen, the texture for the bee changes to include pollen spots on its back, as you can see, which looks really cool. It's a very nice attention to detail, if you ask me. Oh, and another nice bit of detail is that bees will have pollen particles coming off them once they collect the pollen from the flower. Once the cute looking bees have collected their pollen from the flower, they can then pollinate any nearby crops, causing the crops to advance one growth stage. So yeah, the bees can actually cause your crops to grow a lot quicker by pollinating them, which is really awesome. After a hard day's work, the bee will then take its pollen and return to the bee nest or beehive and increase the nectar level of the bee nest by 1. Now, what does this mean exactly? Well, I'll tell you. Okay, so bee nests have what is called a honey level, and when the bees carrying pollen fly into the beehives, it will increase the honey level by 1. Now, when the honey level has reached level 5, the block's appearance will change to be full of honey. The honey appearance in the bee nest will produce dripping honey particles if suspended above the ground. From here, the player can either use shears on the block to collect up to 3 honeycombs, as you can see, or use a glass bottle on the block to collect a honey bottle. However, you must be careful when harvesting the beehive, as if there are bees inside the hive when you are harvesting it, the bees will fly out of the block and begin to sting the player. This can be prevented, however, because if you put a lit campfire underneath of the hive, then the bees inside will not be aggravated when you harvest it, so there is a way to counter it. If you decide to harvest 3 honeycombs from the bee nest by using shears, then you can use these 3 honeycombs to craft a beehive, which is a craftable version of a bee nest, and to craft a beehive you just use 3 honeycombs in the center, surrounding it with 6 wooden planks, as you can see. If you decide to right click on the bee nest by using a glass bottle, then the glass bottle will act as a source of food in Minecraft, as it will contain honey. If you consume the honey bottle by drinking or eating it rather, then you will get 3 hunger points and 9.6 saturation, which is pretty decent to be honest. But if you don't want to do that, then you can put the honey bottle in the center of the crafting grid and obtain 3 sugar, as you can see. To avoid any confusion, the bee nest and the beehive are 2 separate blocks in Minecraft. The bee nest is the block that naturally spawns and the beehive is the block you can craft yourself, but they both do the same function. Anyways, let's go into more detail about the bee nest. So the bee nest acts as a house for the bees, and the nest can house up to 3 bees at a time. The bees will also fly into the nest at night time and sleep inside the nest, which is really cool. Bee nests are able to be mined with any tool, but it will only drop if it is mined with a tool enchanted with the Silk Touch enchantment. Like I said before, the beehive is the craftable version of the bee nest, and it has the exact same function as a bee nest, but it just looks differently, as you can see. Once again, it can house up to 3 bees at a time, and bees will also fly into it at night time as well. A nice little bit of attention to detail in Minecraft with the bees is that if the player is roaming around in the Minecraft world holding a flower and they happen to be near a bee, then the bee will actually follow the player holding the flower, which is really cool, and it's very cute, not gonna lie. I mean, just look at this bee following me. I'm sure some of you are wondering if you are able to breed bees in Minecraft, and you are indeed, because if a bee is given a flower, then they will enter love mode. If you give a flower to 2 of the bees, then they will create a baby bee, which looks like this. All baby bees that are obtained by breeding take up to 20 minutes to grow into an adult bee, but the growth of a baby bee can be accelerated by using flowers, as you can see, and each use of the flower takes 10% off the remaining time for a bee to grow into an adult bee. In real life, bees are actually arthropods, which means they are affected by the Bane of Arthropods enchantment, as you can see. They are able to die a lot easier with this diamond sword that has the enchantment on it. If you are able to attack and kill a bee in 1 hit with a sword, then the rest of the bees will not become aggro towards you, as you can see. Another cool little thing you can do in Minecraft with the bees is that you are actually able to put a lead on them, as you can see. You can even do it when the bee is angry, so yeah, you can have a lead on a bee, which I don't know why you'd want to do that, because that is a little bit mean, but yeah, you're able to do it. And the final bit of trivia for the bee that I have for you guys in this video is that the bee is actually the 2nd mob in Minecraft that actually dies after attacking the player, with the first being the creeper. So the creeper attacks the player by exploding themselves, and the bee attacks the player by sadly stinging you and dying after 20 seconds, which is really sad, to be honest. I love bees, man. But anyways, that just about concludes today's video about the new Minecraft 1.15 snapshot, everybody. I really hope you all enjoyed it and or found it informative. Now, once again, if you did enjoy this video and you want to leave a like rating on it, then that would be much appreciated. If this video is able to hit over 15,000 likes, then that would just be really awesome. And once again, guys, if you are new to my channel and you want to see more content from me, then be sure to subscribe as well to keep up to date with all my videos. But anyways, guys, I am going to go now because I really need a drink after making this video, because oh my god, it took a lot of commentating. But yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed this video once again. Thank you all so much for watching, and cheers for the awesome support as always. And that's pretty much it, to be honest. I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye! Bees are in Minecraft. I cannot believe it.